Hello students, this video is about question and answers of the class 6th science chapters.
Chapter 5 Separation of Substances. First we will see the exercise question of this chapter. Section A, multiple choice questions. In that, select the correct option. First question, the process of separating the grains from the stalks is called winnowing, threshing, sieving, handpicking. Answer is threshing. The process of separating the grains from the stalks is called threshing. Second question, dry common salt can be obtained from its solution by the process of decantation, winnowing, evaporation, condensation. Answer is evaporation. The dry common salt can be obtained from its solution by the process of evaporation. Third question, during distillation, the pure liquid collected is called sublimate, distillate, filtrate, none of these. Answer is distillate. During distillation, the pure liquid collected is called as distillate. Fourth question, when a mixture is formed, a physical change takes place, a chemical change takes place, both physical and chemical change takes place, none of these. Answer is a physical change takes place. When a mixture is formed, a physical change takes place. Fifth question, a mixture of clay in water is an example of heterogeneous mixture, homogeneous mixture, filtrate, distillate. Answer is heterogeneous mixture. Mixture of clay in water is a heterogeneous mixture. Sixth question, small particles of sand in river water are removed by the process of either decantation, evaporation, filtration, sedimentation. Answer is sedimentation. The small particles of sand in river water are removed by the process of sedimentation. Seventh question, pure water is obtained from seawater by the process of filtration, distillation, evaporation, decantation. Answer is distillation. Pure water is obtained from seawater by the process of distillation. Eighth question, the constituents of a mixture are present in options are fixed ratio, any ratio, in the ratio 4:1, none of these. Answer is any ratio. The constituent of a mixture are present in any ratio. Ninth question, most of the substances we see around us are options are pure substances, mixtures, solutions, none of these. Answer is mixtures. Most of the substances we see around us are mixtures. 10th question, a solution of salt in water is options are pure substance, homogeneous mixture, heterogeneous mixture, none of these. Answer is homogeneous mixture. A solution of a salt in water is a homogeneous mixture. Section B, fill in the blanks. First one, particles of dash from a mixture are separated by a magnet. Particles of iron. Particles of iron from a mixture are separated by a magnet. Second one, substances like dash and dash can be removed from a mixture by the process of sublimation. Substances like iodine, substances like iodine and ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride can be removed from a mixture by the process of sublimation. Third one, the insoluble substance left on the filter paper after dash is called a residue. The insoluble substance left on the filter paper after filtration is called a residue. Filtration. Fourth one, all pure substances contain dash particles. All pure substances contain same particles. Pure substance contain a same particle. Fifth one, pure water can be obtained from common salt solution by the process of dash. Pure water can be obtained from common salt solution by the process of distillation. Distillation. Sixth question. Dash can be separated from husks using threshing. Grains can be separated from husks using threshing. Grains. Seventh, winnowing makes use of the fact that chaff is dash than the grain. Winnowing makes use of the fact that chaff is lighter than the grain. Eighth question, the liquid above the sediment is called dash. The liquid above the sediment is called as supernatant liquid. Supernatant liquid. Ninth question, small stones, insects, etc. can be separated from grains using dash. Hand picking. Small stones, insects, etc. can be separated from grains using hand picking method. 10th question, after preparing tea, tea leaves can be separated using a dash. After preparing tea, tea leaves can be separated using a sieve. Section C, state true or false against the following sentences. First one, we have to separate a mixture into its constituents because only pure compounds are useful to us. Mixtures are not of much use. So this one is false. Second one, the constituents of all mixtures can be seen separately. False. Most of the substances around us are mixtures. This statement is true. Fourth one, the constituents of a mixture are present in a fixed ratio. No, those are not present in a fixed ratio. That's why it is false. Fifth one, pure water is obtained from seawater by the process of distillation. True. Sixth one, sulfur is separated from the mixture of iron and sulfur by winnowing. False. Seventh, husk is separated from the grains by the process of winnowing. True. Eighth, when muddy water is filtered, the mud collects as filtrate. False. Ninth, salt and sulfur can be separated by dissolving them in alcohol. False. 10. A combine is sometimes used for threshing. True. Section D. Match the items of column A with those of column B. First one, a substance obtained by mixing two or more pure substances is called as mixture. A substance obtained by mixing two or more pure substances is called as mixture. Second one, a clear liquid obtained by the process of filtration is called as filtrate. A clear liquid obtained by the process of filtration is filtrate. Third one, removing the husk from grain by farmers is called as winnowing. Removing the husk from grain by farmers is called as winnowing. Fourth one, removing insoluble impurities from muddy water by allowing it to settle and then pouring it out. It is sedimentation and decantation. Sedimentation and decantation. Fifth one, a pure liquid obtained from its salt solution is called as distillate. A pure liquid obtained from its salt solution is distillate. A solid obtained from its hot vapor is called as sublimate. A solid obtained from its hot vapor is sublimate. 7. Process of separation of wheat bran from wheat flour is called as sieving. Process of separation of wheat bran from wheat flour is sieving. Section E. Differentiate between the following. In that, first one is threshing and winnowing, filtration and distillation. Third one, evaporation and sublimation. Fourth, homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Fifth, hand picking and sieving. So we will see one by one each differences. First one is threshing and winnowing. So what does mean by threshing? The process of separating the grains from the stalk of plants is called as threshing. What is winnowing? Winnowing is the process of separating husk from grains with the help of wind. Second difference is filtration and distillation. So what is filtration? Filtration is the process by which an insoluble solid is separated from a liquid by passing the mixture through a filter. What is distillation? Distillation is the process of separation of a liquid from a soluble salt solution by evaporation of liquid and recondensation of its vapor in another vessel. Third difference, evaporation and sublimation. What is evaporation? The process of conversion of liquid into water vapor or gaseous state is evaporation. What is sublimation? Sublimation is the process by which solid directly changes into vapor on heating without first turning into liquid. So evaporation turns liquid to vapor, whereas sublimation turns solid to vapor. Fourth difference, homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. What is homogeneous mixture? The mixture containing uniform composition throughout their masses is called as homogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous mixture is the mixtures containing non-uniform composition. The mixtures containing non-uniform composition are called as heterogeneous mixture. Fifth difference is hand picking and sieving. What is hand picking? The process of removing unwanted components from grains by hand. Then what is sieving? Sieving is the process of separating the particles of different sizes by using a sieve. Section F. Give reason. First question. A mixture can be separated by sieving but not by winnowing or hand picking. Second, sieving wheat flour is not advisable. Third, if there is no wind blowing, the process of winnowing cannot be undertaken. Fourth, if water can be purified by filtration, then why do we use the method of distillation? Fifth, we do not pluck seeds of cereal plants like we pluck fruits from a plant. So we'll see the reason of each one by one. Question number 1. A mixture can be separated by sieving but not by winnowing or hand picking. Answer. Winnowing is applicable for heavier and lighter components of a mixture. Hand picking is used when unwanted particles are small in quantity and their shape, size and color are different from the useful ones. But if the components of a mixture are of different sizes, then sieving is used. Winnowing is applicable for heavier and lighter components, where hand picking is used when unwanted particles are in small quantity and their shape, size, color are different from useful ones. And sieving is used when the mixture is of different sizes. Second question, sieving wheat flour is not advisable because when bran which is removed during sieving contains nutrients and is also a rich source of fiber. Third, if there is no wind blowing, the process of winnowing cannot be undertaken. Answer, winnowing is done with the help of wind. Winnowing is done with the help of wind. Whenever wind is not blowing, then winnowing will not take place. Fourth, if water can be purified by filtration, then why do we use the method of distillation? The process of distillation is useful for obtaining pure water from water containing dissolved impurities. So, by the process of distillation, we obtain a pure water. Fifth, we do not pluck seeds of cereal plants like we pluck fruits from a plant. Answer, because seeds of cereal plants are small in shape and very large in numbers. So, plucking of seeds of cereal plants is not possible like plucking fruits from a plant. Section G, very short answer type questions. First one, what do you mean by the term filtrate? Second, name the method used to separate a mixture of sand and water. Third, after preparing tea, how can the tea leaves be separated from the brew? Fourth, which method is employed to collect salt from seawater? First one, What do you mean by the term filtrate? Filtrate means the clear liquid collected after filtration is known as the filtrate. Clear liquid collected after filtration is known as the filtrate. Second, name the method used to separate a mixture of sand and water. Answer, sedimentation and decantation. So sedimentation and decantation is the method to separate mixture of sand and water. Third, after preparing tea, how can the tea leaves be separated from the brew? Answer, we separate tea leaves from brew with the help of a strainer, a kind of filter paper. Fourth, which method is employed to collect salt from seawater? Evaporation. Evaporation is the method to be employed to collect salt from seawater. Section H, short answer type questions. First one, what is threshing? Why is it done? Name a machine that can be used for threshing. Second, what is sedimentation? Explain stepwise how a mixture of sand and water can be separated using this method. Third, name the conditions under which hand picking is preferred. Fourth, what is filtration? How is it useful at home? Fifth, define evaporation. What is the most important use of evaporation? So we'll see short answer type questions one by one. Its answers. First one is, what is threshing? Why is it done? Name a machine that can be used for threshing. Answer, the process of separating the grains from the stalk of plants is known as the threshing. Threshing is done to separate large quantities of grains from stalk of plants. Combined machine can be used for threshing. Second, what is sedimentation? Explain stepwise how a mixture of sand and water can be separated using this method. Answer, the process of separating insoluble solids suspended in a liquid. Insoluble solids suspended in a liquid by allowing them to settle down is called sedimentation. Steps for the process of separation of a mixture of sand and water. The mixture is allowed to stand and sand settles down at the bottom. The clear water above the sand is called supernatant liquid. The clear water layer can then be poured out. The sand is left at the bottom. Third one, name the conditions under which hand picking is preferred. Answer, hand picking is preferred when the unwanted particles are small in quantity and their shape, size and color are different from the useful ones. Fourth one, what is filtration? How is it useful at home? Answer, the process by which an insoluble liquid is separated from a liquid. The process by which an insoluble solid is separated from a liquid by passing the mixture through a filter. A strainer or a muslin cloth is used to separate tea leaves from brew. Fruit juice from the pulp and seeds are to separate paneer from the liquid at home? Fifth, define evaporation. What is the most important use of evaporation? The process of conversion of water into its vapor or gentle heating. The process of conversion of water into its vapor on gentle heating. The most important use of evaporation is drying of wet cloths. Section I, long answer type questions. First question, explain the following terms: sedimentation, supernatant liquid, decantation, distillation, sublimation. So explain the terms. Second one, identify homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture from the following list: common salt solution, mixture of sand and salt, milk, brass. Brass, it is made up of mixture of copper and zinc. E. Gunpowder. Gunpowder is a mixture of niter or potassium nitrate, charcoal and sulfur. Chocolate bar, cooked vegetable of peas and cauliflower, a mixture of iron foil and sulfur, ammonium chloride and salt, limestone. Third question, describe a method to separate the following mixtures: a piece of paper and wheat, water and mud, sugar and water, salt and sand, iron fillings mixed with sulfur powder. Fourth question, describe an experiment to obtain the constituents of the following mixtures: A mixture of sand, sawdust and common salt. B. A mixture of iron fillings, ammonium chloride and sand. First question, explain the following terms. First one is sedimentation. What is sedimentation? The process of separating insoluble solids suspended in a liquid by allowing them to settle down. So what is sedimentation? The process of separating insoluble solids suspended in a liquid by allowing them to settle down. Second, supernatant liquid. After sedimentation, the clear liquid layer above the sediment is called supernatant liquid. Decantation. What is decantation? The process of separation of the clear liquid layer without disturbing the settled solid or the sediment is called decantation. What is distillation? The process of separation of liquid from a soluble salt solution by evaporation of liquid and recondensation of its vapor in another vessel is called as distillation. What is sublimation? Sublimation is the process in which a solid directly changes into vapor on heating without first turning into a liquid. So what is sublimation? Solid directly converts it into vapor or a gaseous state. Second question, identify homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture from the following list. First one, common salt solution. It is a homogeneous mixture. B, a mixture of sand and salt. Mixture of sand and salt is a heterogeneous mixture. Milk. Milk is heterogeneous mixture. Brass. Brass is a mixture of copper and zinc. It is a homogeneous mixture. Gunpowder. Gunpowder is a heterogeneous mixture. Chocolate. Chocolate is a homogeneous mixture. Cooked vegetables, peas and cauliflower. Heterogeneous mixture. A mixture of a iron file and sulfur. Homogeneous mixture. Ammonium chloride and salt. Heterogeneous mixture. Limestone. Homogeneous mixture. Third, describe a method to separate the following mixture. Pieces of paper and wheat. Winnowing and hand picking method. Water and mud. Sedimentation and decantation. Sugar and water. Evaporation and recondensation. Salt and sand. Sedimentation and decantation, and then evaporation. Iron fillings mixed with sulfur powder. Magnetic separation. Fourth question. Describe an experiment to obtain the constituents of the following mixtures. A mixture of sand, sawdust and common salt. Separation of constituents of a mixture of sand, sawdust and common salt. By winnowing method, sawdust is separated. Now dissolve the remaining mixture of sand and common salt. Common salt dissolve in water completely. The mixture is left undisturbed for some time. The sand settle down at the bottom. Sand is separated by decantation. Common salt is separated from the solution by the process of evaporation. A mixture of iron things, ammonium chloride and sand. Separation of the constituents of a mixture of iron fillings, ammonium chloride and sand by the magnetic separation method. By the magnetic separation method, iron fillings are separated. Put the mixture of ammonium chloride and sand in china dish covered with inverted funnel. Close the opening of the funnel with loose cotton plug. Heat the mixture properly. On heating, ammonium chloride vaporizes and collects on the cold inner side of stem of the funnel. Sand does not vaporize on heating and it remains in the china dish. After cooling, ammonium chloride is collected from the inner side of the funnel. So how iron fillings, ammonium chloride and sand are collected? Iron fillings with the magnetic material and ammonium chloride, whenever it is get heated, vaporizes and collected in the another funnel, and sand is left in the same beaker. Section J, diagram based questions. Name the method of separation employed in the following figures or pictures. So observe the picture of this A. What she is doing? She is separating higher and lighter particles. So this method is called as a winnowing. Observe the second figure. What these people are doing? They are separating waste particles and good particles. So this method is hand picking. Hand picking method. Observe the figure C. In this figure, tap water is there. Tap water is heated and here distilled water comes here. Then it is a process called as distillation. Here distillation process is used. Observe the figure D. This method is called as sieving. Observe the figure of E. It is a filtrate method or filtering. So in this figure E, filtration method is used, and in the figure F, observe the figure here. So here decantation method is used. Section K, HOTS question. How can the process of sedimentation be used while cleaning food at home? Answer. Question is, how can the process of sedimentation be used while cleaning food at home? Answer. Rice and pulses are washed before cooking by using sedimentation and decantation. The fine dust and soil particles, which cannot be separated by hand picking and sieving, are separated in this manner.